Sun Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tannehill. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Tannehill. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's taken at around the 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. First down and 10. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 44. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
To throw is Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The Titans at 3 and 5, 2 games under 500. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Titans nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5 and 5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3 and 6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. The pitch to Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's got room. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Meanwhile, the throw here's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll run. It's Henry. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Wilson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Henry Anderson, big man from Stanford there for the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. Touchdown! He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
To try again after the sack. Tannehill dancing to his left. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 33 yards that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Randy Gregory. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. After the sack on first down, Tannehill. It's caught by Hooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pick up there.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And to the left side here, Wilson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now it's Tannehill. Going right back to Wilson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They run it again with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed, they will keep possession of the ball. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, They take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Play action. It's Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 39.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Going quickly out to the right side. He will have the conversion and more than that. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Albert O. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it is 28-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He completes it to Henry. Pushes past him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Willis.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack.
And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And that one results in 35 yards.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down.
Out quickly to Judy.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
That's caught left side by Judy.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Second 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action.
19 tight, 19 tight.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Henry.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill.
A check down here for Henry.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Come on.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Titans will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 14-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 75 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he will have a Broncos 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
I remember when I got into coaching and I was asking wide receivers coaches what they like about guys in certain situations. One of them said something that stuck with me. I like guys that present themselves to the quarterback. And on that play, short little route, had to be out fast. He did exactly that and caught it for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Left wing 19.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
He's going to have his running back. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Sheds him off at the 45.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession.